Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Sunshine State's only true sports talk radio show, where we talk about the teams and the topics important to you, the sports fan in the Sunshine State. We are game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. I am Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. That man right over there, he is Brandon Kravitz. Kravitz, Krabs, the hardest working man in sports talk media. Back there behind the glass is the prodigy of production, primetime Jaden Grimes, pressing all the buttons. It is a wonderful Monday afternoon. What a beautiful day today, Krabs.
Oh,
beautiful out
gorgeous.
there today.
Just went walking around the neighborhood at 6:30 in the morning. Nice.
Fall crisp.
It was 61 degrees this morning, walking around the neighborhood in Longwood.
Blue skies all day today. Blue skies hanging over my head. Got 500 miles to ride. We are looking good.
Yes, and
today.
It's that time of year where I love a good sweater weather. So you can wear it in the morning, but then if you wear it throughout the day, you start to heat up a little too much. So you have to be versatile with the gear when you're outside.
Absolutely. Some people like to wear sweaters to cover up their big gut, but the Bulldog doesn't have to worry about that. My gut is six-pack ready. Ready for
you were six-pack ready this weekend. Yingling six-pack update, Mike Bianchi.
What a coincidence.
Let's not waste any time. Let's give credit where credit is due here. Mike Bianchi, 6-0 in the Yingling six-pack.
Yeah, I think that deserves a champ. It's a champs and chumps Monday morning. I definitely get a champ. So text in 50857 on the Mills Air text line, or use that talk back line as well to get in your champs and chumps. Also, Rage Cage as well. Anything you want to rage about. Overreaction rages we're looking for today. So overreact on your teams, especially the college football fans in this state. You have a lot to rage about.
And if there's any Penn State fans listening, love to hear from you today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But let's start with some NFL. Let's get to some headlines and highlights. Baker Mayfield with the fans chanting MVP. MVP. He threw 2 touchdown passes, had a spectacular scramble to set up the score that sealed the 30-19 win over the San Francisco 49ers yesterday after winning 4 games with scores in the last minute. The Bucs didn't need to score in the last minute this time. Mayfield's incredible. Okay, so they're up 20-19 early in the fourth quarter. The Buccaneers had, I think it was a 3rd and 14, all right? At their own 41, Mayfield does this.
3rd down and long. Here's the snap, belt high, dropping to throw. Baker's going to be sacked. Oh, he gets out of the sack. He runs to his left, cocks the arm. He's going to zigzag to the right, breaks another guy. He fights his way close to the first down. What a great effort by Baker Mayfield. Do they give him a first down?
He got it.
Give him a first down, Mr. Ref. They do.
Dives head first, gets the first down. There was another play. I believe it was a touchdown pass. So he drops back. He delivers the ball. He takes a hit as he's delivering the touchdown pass, and it's a late hit. And he gets right in the guy's face and says, "How's that taste? Huh?" Man.
He's awesome. He's awesome. He reminds me of it's almost like a mix between, this is going to sound lofty, okay? So bear with me, Overreaction Monday. He feels like a mix between Brett Favre and Drew Brees in terms of the competitor, the gunslinger of Brett Favre, but with the mastery of the offense like Drew Brees. And he's undersized. He's just 6'1", which in NFL quarterback terms is a small guy, and he plays big. He plays bigger than he is. He reminds me a lot of Drew Brees in terms of down the field accuracy and all of those things, but he's got that sort of toughness, moxie. I'll get in your face like Brett Favre. He's the best of both worlds, and I'm with you. We said it last week. MVP candidate, maybe the MVP of the league. After this weekend, to me, there's no doubt. He's still not the favorite, by the way. Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes have shorter odds right now than Baker Mayfield. It's a joke.
Here's my overreaction. The Bucs, if they aren't already, will be the best team in the NFL, or best team in the NFC once they get completely healthy. If they get completely healthy.
That's a giant if.
Right.
Because now they're even more banged up than they were going into last week's game. Now it looks like Emeka Egbuka is going to miss some time. And Baker Mayfield is just looking around. I think he's going to be thrown to the ball boy by the time they get to the middle of the season.
Tez Johnson's right there. By the way, Gronk, what do you think about Emeka Egbuka's injury?
Wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka.
Good call, Gronk. Maybe get Gronk back out on the field. They need help.
My Jags needed some help yesterday. The Seahawks dominated both lines of scrimmage. Sam Darnold threw for a couple of touchdown passes. Seattle beats the Jags 2012 in Duval. Jackson Smith-Njigba finishes with 8 catches for 162 yards. Man, it doesn't bother the Seahawks to come east, all right? They're 22-6 over the last decade in 1 p.m. kickoffs on the East Coast. Unbelievable. Trevor Lawrence was sacked 7 times. Travis Etienne was held to 27 yards on 12 carries. The Jags had a 54-yard TD pass from Lawrence to Brian Thomas Jr. nullified when Travis Hunter lined up offsides. Here's Jags coach Liam Cohen.
Yeah, it's on me. It's an undisciplined operation at the moment, and it's on me, and it's got to get fixed. It's a great opportunity this week to get it fixed, right? We're going on the road. We're flying to another country, being together as a group, look ourselves in the mirror and try to figure out from an operation and habit standpoint, what is standing in our way, because right now it's us.
Kravs, you said this last week. You said you sort of said the Jags were pretenders, and I'm not going to agree with you just yet. But if their defense isn't getting turnovers, which they got none yesterday, they can't win with that offense.
Right. They've been winning goofy. That's what I said. If you want to call it pretenders, it's fine. I won't back down off of. I never used that word, but that's essentially what I was saying. What we saw yesterday was the Jags that I know and love. Mental mistakes, inefficient quarterback play. Trevor Lawrence made some nice throws, and then when he did, Travis Hunter was screwing up. So it's like all the momentum that they could muster in what little opportunities they had, they'd shoot themselves in the foot. They've been doing that all year. They've just been getting away with it. And Seattle came in ripe and ready to go off of a loss to Tampa Bay.
Seattle's damn good.
Their defense is really good. Their defense was awful a week ago. So that typically that's what's going to happen. You have a good defense that has an off game. They're going to lock back in. Even with some injuries, Seattle's definitely good enough to go deep in the NFC.
Yeah, it doesn't get easier for the Jags. They go to London to face the Rams.
With the Rams, I think are going to be without Puka Nacua. So that'll be, and it's basically a home game for the Jags at this point. So I think I like Jacksonville next week, but seeing them trip up was no surprise. We both picked Seattle.
The LA Chargers escape with a 29-27 victory over Kravitz's Dolphins on this last-second field goal.
This one will be from 33 yards, right hash, to put the Chargers up 2. It's a bad snap, and it's good. I thought it went wide right. Woo. That was a bad snap.
Yeah, it was a bad effort altogether, but it did go through. The Dolphins, I thought they had it, Kravs.
Yeah,
they overcame the 10-point deficit in the fourth quarter. Tua throws a 1-yard TD pass to Darren Waller with like 46 seconds left too much time on the clock. The play that Justin Herbert made where he escaped the Dolphins pass rush. He's standing tall in the pocket with guys hanging all over him and delivers the pass to Ladd McConkey, 42 yards. Ladd McConkey made an unbelievable move on that play. And, yeah, that set up the game-winning field goal. They had it. Your Dolphins had it right in their grasp.
So I'm sitting in my living room. My son, who will occasionally sit down with me, he's 5, so, he can get a little squirrely running around the house. But sometimes he'll sit down with me and he'll watch some of the football. And when I get excited about the Dolphins, he gets excited about the Dolphins. So I said, look, I think the Dolphins are about to score. And he goes, he sits down. He's all excited. They throw a touchdown. We're jumping around the living room. And then the Chargers did what they did at the end of the game. And he looks at me. I'm not making this up. And he goes, Dad, why aren't the Dolphins good? And I said, Owen, how much time you got?
Well,
It's gonna be a long life. Okay.
I think Tua let the cat out of the bag. He explained maybe why the Dolphins aren't so good. Listen,
I think it starts with the leadership in helping articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting out of the guys. Right? We're expecting this. Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late. Guys not showing up to player-only meetings. Like there's a lot that goes into that. Do we have to make this mandatory? Do we not have to make this mandatory? So it's a lot of things of that nature that we got to get cleaned up, and it starts with the little things like that.
calling out the teammates, just as I suspected, Kravitz. You can't change the culture of a team in one off season like Mike McDaniel tried to do. This team is still soft and lazy. They're soft and lazy. And Tua, say what you will about him. Don't
worry, I will.
Yeah, he threw 3 picks yesterday. One of them, by the way, wasn't his fault. That Jalen Waddle bobble was not Tua's fault, but
not completely, but they even pointed this out on the broadcast because I thought the same thing. But this is why I like listening to astute color analysts. Tua usually fires immediately to Jalen Waddle in stride in that particular situation. He double pumped. Waddle had to stop, and then Tua threw the ball, and then as Waddle is trying to catch it, flat-footed, the defender hits him. So Tua, had he thrown it a second earlier, would have hit Waddle in stride rather than Waddle sitting in the middle of the field, gets popped by a defender, the ball pops out. Waddle still should hang on to the football, but that is partially on Tua.
Okay. But the fact of the matter is,
I'm just saying, he had 3 interceptions. I've given him all 3.
The fact of the matter is, what Tua said there has been the problem with the Dolphins probably for 2 or 3 years. They have a bunch of undisciplined players, lazy, don't show up for meetings.
And apparently Tua is one of them. One of his former teammates came out on Twitter and said, the first year I was there, it was Tua's first year, he showed up late for a player meeting multiple times. You are as your leaders go. It's the fish, which is a perfect analogy
Who said this?
I'll get his name in a moment, but it wasn't a prominent player that we would know well, but the fish stinks from the head down. This is a Mike McDaniel problem, leadership wise.
Chris Greer problem.
Definitely a Greer problem, and it's a Tua problem. It's all of them. This team can't be fixed with one move. They need an enema. That's the only way to fix this.
They need a high colonic is what they need.
Just flush it all out, okay?
Right.
Up next, our daily source of motivation and inspiration, plus a look at the college football slate from Saturday. A lot of letdowns. Don't go anywhere.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, dollar. That's dollar. Enter it now at 969thegame.com.
Here's a cool idea. What if you called Mills Air when you had AC issues instead of trying to DIY yourself into comfort? Don't stress. Call the best. That's why I trust Mills Air. They don't cut corners. They don't play games. They just deliver every single time. Think of them as the MVP of keeping your home nice and cool. They'll explain what's wrong. They'll give you clear options, and they never push you into something that you don't absolutely need. From emergency repairs to preventative maintenance, they are the captains of cool. Call Leon and the crew. Schedule your appointment today. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz from Game On sent you by. The number to call, 407-277-1159, and online at millsair.com.
Okay, fellas, let's be real. If your wife or girlfriend isn't herself lately, if she's tired, cranky, no interest in sex, you know it's not her fault. And if you're walking around foggy, low energy, low sex drive, it's not just you getting older. It's your hormones. Both of you. That's why I want you to call Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. This is where couples go when they want to feel alive again. This isn't one of those cookie cutter clinics you see at the strip malls where they give you a testosterone shot in the butt and send you on your way. The difference is Dr. John Carrazella. He's an internationally acclaimed Yale-trained doctor who gave up a successful career as an orthopedic surgeon to focus on hormone health. He's helped thousands of couples get their mojo back to feel sharp, sexy, and actually excited to be around each other again. And fellas, trust me, when she starts feeling better, everything changes for both of you. So stop toughing it out and start living again and do it together. Go to hormonesandwellness.com. That's hormonesandwellness.com for all the information. It's a gift that will truly last a lifetime.
Afternoon traffic's not off to a good start, although traffic's starting to get by now on I-4 eastbound approaching Florida's Turnpike. I believe 2 right lanes have opened up. Traffic's backed up from Sand Lake Road, and there's a lot of emergency crews on the roadways there, so move over and slow down. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Dead car battery? The experts at Batteries Plus will have you in and out fast. Replacements usually take about 20 minutes. No appointment needed. Want to extend the life of your car battery too? Ask about their premier installation. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you better have a lawyer who understands the traffic rules for big trucks.
And a lawyer who can navigate the hundreds of laws that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Orlando.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text free.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers Only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
You worked hard for your 401k, but if you've left your job, your money might be sitting in the wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has hidden fees and limited investment choices. But if you're no longer with the company, that 401k may be at the mercy of your former employer. All of these things could be costing you thousands. Rolling over your 401k into an IRA can provide better investment options that align with your long-term goals. At Trajan Wealth, we're fiduciary advisors that are held to a higher standard with no hidden agenda and no hidden fees. Don't let your retirement dollars sit in an old plan, and don't roll it over to your new plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000, 407-213-0000.
Advisory services are offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Straight Talk presents the math of more. Here's how it works. When you say yes to more with Straight Talk, you're left with more for all the other good stuff. So getting an unlimited plan starting at just $25 a month equals more savings for your family's weekend adventures. And with a network covered by Verizon, you can share more from wherever you go. It's simple math, really. More equals more with Straight Talk. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. The $25 plan requires a compatible unlocked device and a new line of service. Additional terms apply.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies, and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Oh no. Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
my debit card.
Their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Sports season is in high gear, and iHeartRadio's got it all. The NFL.
It's a touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Baseball postseason.
Tail time in game one.
College football, the NHL, and the NBA is about to tip off. It's all right at your fingertips on the iHeart app with play-by-play podcasts and local stations where you can join the conversation.
I agree with the last caller. We got to be done with that guy.
Join the millions who are already doing it. Open the free iHeartRadio app now. Sports on iHeartRadio, where fans live it.
You know, when your car breaks down, you want a mechanic you can trust, someone who fixes the problem and doesn't try to sell you things you don't need. Well, in Florida, your air conditioner is every bit as important as your car, maybe even more. And for 40 years, Jason and his crew at Ziegler Air Conditioning have been the AC company Central Florida trusts. I'll never forget this past Labor Day weekend. It was 95 degrees. My AC went out, and I thought my holiday was ruined. But within an hour, Ziegler Air had a tech at my door, the problem fixed, and my weekend saved. They're a carrier and factory authorized dealer, which means they get the best deals and rebates. And unlike other companies, Ziegler's techs don't get paid commissions. Their job is to fix the problem, not sell you stuff you don't need. Honest service, real people, and 40 years of keeping Central Florida cool. So the next time the heat is on, don't sweat it. Call Ziegler Air Conditioning at 407-245-8765. That's 407-245-8765. Ziegler Air Conditioning. Don't ever lose your cool.
The new home for the Miami Dolphins is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Just search 96.9 The Game. To Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Happy Monday to all. Game On rolls along. Bianchi and Kravitz, we got you covered. AM 930 in Jacksonville, FM 96.5 The Spear in Tallahassee, and right here, home base in Orlando, Florida on FM 96.9 The Game, streaming everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. I was trying to help the Prodigy find a DJ Lagway clip that we're looking for, so I'm combing through Twitter, and I see this old post from my great friends at Hard Rock Bet. Hey, no harm, no foul, Hard Rock. We all thought these were the best quarterbacks in college football entering the season. This is a graphic from early August. It says top 5 college quarterbacks. 1, Arch Manning. 2, Cade Klubnik. 3, Garrett Nussmeier. 4, DJ Lagway. 5, Drew Aller. Out of that age.
Good Lord. Wow.
Oh, we know nothing. It is time for our daily coach quote of the day.
This is Jamal Mosley, head coach of the Orlando Magic, and this is your daily coach quote of the day.
Our daily source of inspiration and motivation, and today comes from one of the most iconic names in the history of football, George S. Halas. Nobody who ever gave his best lived to regret it. He was not a man of many words.
Yeah. As long as you try your hardest and do the best you can, go the extra mile, you have nothing to be ashamed of.
I listened to a podcast about stoicism, and the overarching point of that whole practice is to basically just accept the results of whatever happens to you in life. Not to say you shouldn't try. You should do exactly what George Halas says. Give it your best effort. If it matters to you, put energy behind it. But that we all get caught up so much in what happens to us once you sort of put it out there, whatever it is, whether it's exercise we often quote, or how hard you work at your job or your relationship, you can't make things happen. And you kind of just have to accept it. So, and that's not to say that you should be passive, but that you should just be accepting of what results follow.
Absolutely.
As long as you try your best.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's deep right there. Go ahead.
All right, let's get to some college football highlights and headlines. I guess Florida State fans should just accept the fact that they've lost 3 straight games. That
they should try harder. Cheer louder.
Yeah, Pitt's true freshman quarterback shredded them for 321 yards. Pitt defeats then number 25 Florida State 34-31. It was Florida State's 3rd straight loss. It was its 9th straight conference loss dating back to last season. FSU's 20-23 in ACC play since Mike Norvell arrived in 2020, including a 1-10 mark since last August. Here's Mike Norvell after the game.
I mean, you should be frustrated with results. We've lost three straight games. I'm frustrated with the results, and ultimately we got to get it fixed. We got to go make it better, and show the potential of what this team is, on a consistent basis. But yeah, there's every every bit of frustration, and there's no fan that's out there that's more frustrated than I am.
Kravitz, after Penn State bought out James Franklin for $50 million, I'm starting to wonder if Mike Norvell is safe despite his $53 million buyout. I really am.
I don't know the finances behind Penn State versus what they're dealing with at FSU. I know FSU has had money issues in the not so distant past, so maybe that's a bigger problem at FSU to come up with that sum of money. But Mike Norvell's got to start winning some ACC games. I mean, that's what it comes down to. He's on 385 days now that have gone by where he has not defeated an ACC opponent, 3 straight losses. And this is what we talked about last week. You asked the question, will he be on the hot seat if they lose to Pitt? And I said yes. And here we are. They lost the game. It's not like they played horribly. Pitt was just the better team.
Their defense was terrible, I thought.
FSU's defense?
Yes.
Yeah, but let's not let their offense off the hook. They scored 10 second-half points at home. They fumbled in the middle of the field in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they did. Florida State, they're in a bad way right now. The Gators, the Gators have been in games, all right? I'll give them that. They lose to Texas A&M 34-17. Billy Napier now 0-13 on the road against top 25 foes. He's obviously on the hot seat. I got to tell you, I'm watching that game. So it's early in the fourth quarter, 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Gators have a 3rd and 6 from Texas A&M's 49-yard line. They run the ball. Don't ask me why. They run the ball with Jaden Ball on 3rd and 6. No gain. Billy Napier says, it's 4th and 6 with 13 minutes still left in the game and we're only trailing by a touchdown. I'll go for it. He goes for it. And, of course, DJ Lagway's pass sails high. Texas A&M takes over, drives down the field, goes up by 2 touchdowns. Game over. Here's Billy Napier talking about his decision.
Yeah, I think that the analytics would say at that point you go for it. But in general, yes, it's one you think about. You know, I think we got to execute the third down play a little bit
Stop
better.
it right there. Stop it right there. Stop it right there, Prime Time. What analytics would say? He said the analytics would say at that point that you go for it. What analytics?
What analytic are you looking at where you guys can pick up 7 yards at will?
Right.
Yeah, maybe if you're the Lions, you do that. What if the Gators been able to just get 7 yards?
I just don't
and I don't understand.
Even if it were the Lions, I don't understand the analytics.
I don't like these coaches that just capitulate to the analytics, and I
question whether it's an analytic that says that.
My hands are tied. What am I supposed to do? I looked at my little math book, and it said go for it. Like, you are the coach. You get to make the decisions. Clearly a bad idea. Maybe your computer's broken.
Yeah, by the way, DJ Lagway after the game says, quote, I'm not comfortable with this losing stuff. I don't rock with the losing. We can't get comfortable with this. It's not acceptable. I'm tired of it. I can't go on like this.
Go.
Sounds to me like whether Billy Napier comes back or not, which he's not. DJ Lagway's out of there. He's out of Florida.
Unless they hire his dad or something, I don't know. I mean, God, how can you have a talent like Dallas Wilson? He's so good. 3 catches, 20 yards. How? And he scored a touchdown early too. Completely shut down. By the way, after
DJ Lagway's a statue back there. He has no maneuverability.
He has no feel for the game whatsoever. After Dallas Wilson's touchdown, 10 drives, 5 punts, 3 turnovers, 3 points.
Meanwhile, UCF, they lost their 3rd straight game as well.
Here's the good news.
They go down 20-11 to Cincinnati despite outgaining Cincinnati in yards, number of plays, time of possession. Here's Scott Frost.
You guys can try to write an article about the guys getting down and giving up. Ain't gonna happen. Not with this group. We're frustrated. I'm frustrated. I'm also in a strange way encouraged by the fight and the improvement that's happened. The team we just played could end up in the Big 12 championship really easily if they keep playing the way they're playing. And if we don't make mistakes, we're right there. Or have a chance to win or win. So this team's not going to give up. Are we frustrated? We've lost the last 3. Yeah. I don't think we played our best game in Manhattan. like we had one last week and kind of gave it away. And this week we didn't have it, but we should have been right there. And the things that we need to fix are really fixable. So we're going to, as a coaching staff, double down on those.
You encouraged? Frosty says he's strangely encouraged.
I mean, they're the only team that we've talked about that covered the spread, but no, I'm not. I'm not encouraged by what I saw. I do think they played a decent game, but they shot themselves in the foot early. And the thing that
a lot of penalties, false starts all over.
And it was all right out of the gate. And I judge a coach most based on what happens at the start of a football game. And then clock management at the end. I think if you were ranking when do you judge coaches the most, that should be it. And they were terrible at the start. And then they settled into the game. It was too little too late. I thought that was a bad coaching performance by Scott Frost. And I hate saying that because I'm a Frosty guy. But I'm not encouraged because he wasn't good at Nebraska. And he's made some weird decisions so far.
Nebraska looks pretty good now.
I'm not hitting the panic button. I'm just aware of it, where it is in the room. That's all.
All right, get your champs and chumps and your overreactions as well. Get in that rage cage on the talk back line. Also text us 50857. Edgar Thompson, our Gators insider, going to join us next. Is Billy Napier going to get the axe after this week's game against Mississippi State? We'll ask Edgar that question and more next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
You know who Florida's direct diamond importer is and has been for decades, right? I'm talking about International Diamond Center. They've been cutting out the middleman for over 40 years. That's how they can guarantee a better price on every diamond. IDC has connections that go back, again, for decades with the diamond miners and cutters from all over the globe. IDC's owner was once the supplier for jewelry stores all over the East Coast. So if you're getting engaged or you want to upgrade her diamond, don't be fooled thinking some corporate-owned chain jeweler can come anywhere close to IDC in price, quality, selection, or customer service. And besides, wouldn't you rather buy from a local company? IDC has been here, locally owned by the same family since the 1980s. They have an incredible reputation for honesty and transparency and for being good citizens of the state of Florida. They're not a corporate-owned chain store that sends their profits to Wall Street. It's just a no-brainer. Highest quality diamonds, unbeatable value, no middleman markups, unrivaled selection, great people, and locally owned. Don't buy a diamond anywhere until you check out what they could do for you at IDC, International Diamond Center in Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennium.
I don't think I need to convince you that this right here is the best time of year to be a sports fan. We've got baseball postseason, ALCS, NLCS, football season in full swing, and NBA just a few days away. Use the Stats Hub when you're on Hard Rock Bet. Bet with confidence when finding the hottest streaks, the latest line moves, and more, all in the Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub before placing your next bet. Monday Night Football tonight, a pair of baseball games as well. My goodness, it feels like Christmas. Hop in the action whatever way you choose. Parlays, teasers, props, whatever your flavor is, Hard Rock has the toppings to make that sports action ever so sweet. Refer your friends to Hard Rock Bet, and you'll both score a bonus bet up to $50. That's $50 for you and $50 for them. The app is safe, slick, reliable, and updated to the second, and payouts are lightning quick. Head to the Hard Rock Bet app and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Attention, all Florida State Seminole fans and alumni. Did you know that 71,000 Noles have FSU specialty license plates? The FSU license plate is the simplest way to convey your school spirit and support academic excellence via scholarships. FSU even provides a $25 rebate for first-time buyers. Stop by your local tax collector's office and get an FSU tag today, or find out more at mytag.fsu.edu. Go Noles.
Orlando Magic basketball lives here on 96.9 The Game, and your game day Magic coverage is powered by IBEW Local 606. Proud to serve electrical workers across Central Florida, providing its members with a supportive community, training, valuable benefits, and advancement opportunities. IBEW Local 606 has been powering and serving Central Florida for over 75 years, and they are the dream team for electrical workers across this area. For more info, head to IBEWLocal606.org and go Magic.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
At Straight Talk, we get it. You say no a lot.
Mom, can I get a tarantula? No. Coffee?
No. So we're giving you more reasons to say yes, like a free 5G phone with real unlimited data with select plan activation.
Can I use the free phone?
Yes. See, doesn't it feel good to say yes to more?
Absolutely. Face tattoo? Absolutely not.
Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. In-store activation of Gold Unlimited plan or higher required. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Welcome to Embers Only on iHeartRadio Orlando, brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Step inside the luxury cigar lifestyle with our cigar of the week. And this is a brand new one for me. It's the Muestra de Saca Krakatoa. And what you have here is a cigar that was supposed to be released in 2021. They pulled that back because they wanted the public to be able to access it. And the reason why is because it took 2 years and dozens of reworks to perfect. And it is perfect. Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, and fillers. This is a beautiful, earthy, rich cigar. Every single puff just fills your palate with this beautiful, rich tobacco flavor. A really unique experience, and you can have it today for only $141.95 a box. That's 10% off, so grab it today. It's the Muestra de Saca Krakatoa, and it is your cigar of the week. Thanks so much for joining us for Embers Only. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Downtown, Heathrow, Sand Lake, Sarasota, Tampa, and always online at coronacigar.com.
If you want no windows there in Reese, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
When your reputation's on the line, you don't leave anything to chance, especially your primer. Painter's Trust kills primers for a smooth start, strong adhesion, and serious stain-blocking power. And now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick up in-store. Kills primers. Pro results, faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Eustace Roofing. New roof, no mess.
This report is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, serving coastal and central Florida.
Hey, Central Florida, and happy Monday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting just a picture-perfect fall-like day. Temperatures will be warming only into the low and middle 80s, with a high of around 85 degrees today in Orlando. Expect plenty of sunshine and low humidity, and this trend will only continue throughout the next couple of days. There's a slim chance of a stray shower or two, mostly for Wednesday, but otherwise, we'll be planning for highs in the mid to upper 80s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team.
When storm damage hits, call the pros. Paul Davis Restoration. On call 24/7, giving you peace of mind and restoring your home or business. When things go wrong, they do what's right. Call Paul Davis Restoration, serving all of coastal and central Florida.
Felt like you missed something this morning?
It's becoming a disgusting habit at this point.
You did. You can listen while you get ready in the morning.
Wake up with us.
Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game. Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
There it is, the Gator fight song. Gators did show some fight, but not any victories on Saturday.
Were you like me? I got the feeling like this was going to be a 45-43 game as that one got underway. Neither defense could stop each other.
Yeah. And then
all of a sudden it was like Texas A&M just turned the faucet off. I don't know if the Gators just got lucky early, if Texas A&M figured something out or what the situation was, but they went from 14 points out of the gate to could not move the football on Texas A&M. It was bizarre. I thought for sure this was going to be some sort of barn burner. I didn't expect that going in, but certainly once they got started with everything. Somebody here on the text line, 50857, said DJ is going to go back to his home state of Texas, take all of that oil money and play in Lubbock. Texas Tech is building quite the juggernaut right now. They're going to be in the college football playoffs. So, yeah, it was just weird the way that game unfolded. By the way, we're trying to get Edgar Thompson on the line right now. So whenever we link up with him, we'll bring him on.
Yeah, DJ Lagway just was not happy. And believe me, I wouldn't be happy either if I were DJ Lagway. But you look at other quarterbacks in the country, and I'm not blaming Florida's dismal season on DJ Lagway, okay? Maybe he is unhealthy. Maybe he is still hurt. But he has no elusiveness. He has no mobility. See, Mississippi. Did you see Texas A&M's quarterback?
Oh, Marcel Reed.
Marcel Reed's all over the place. Yeah. DJ Lagway's just he was sacked, 6 or 7 times? He's like a statue back there. He just cannot run. And maybe it's because he's hurt. I don't know, but
it's bizarre. It's like Billy Napier has a type. You know, Anthony Richardson was so similar in so many ways to DJ Lagway. And Anthony Richardson was a much better runner, clearly, than DJ Lagway is. But he wasn't a willing runner. And that's another problem with Lagway. I think he has less athleticism than what you see out of Anthony Richardson, but he's not a willing runner.
No.
These guys don't want to run.
Right.
And in today's game, you kind of have to do it if you can. And I think he's got the ability to, but he just stands there and overthrows receivers.
In high school, he was an unbelievable runner. He ran for a ton of yards in high school, ran for a ton of touchdowns in high school. That was one of his calling cards. He was Mr. Dual Threat Quarterback. And, you know, the natural dual threat quarterback coming into Florida. And here, Billy Napier's not going to survive. Let's face it, right? He's not going to. If he loses to Mississippi State on Saturday, which is entirely possible, Mississippi State I think they have one loss this season, barely losing to Tennessee. If they come into Gainesville on Saturday, homecoming, and beat Billy Napier, that'll be it. That will definitely
at
be
this point.
No, that'll be it.
It should already be it.
Okay,
but it doesn't at any point. I know that Billy has this. He's the Houdini of the hot seat.
Yeah,
this man is standing at the end of the plank, and it's just a matter of when Strickland wants to go. Boop, there you go. See you later.
Okay,
he's just.
Can I just play devil's advocate real quick?
Do you think there's no way he actually saves his job?
Can I just play devil's advocate? What if they beat Mississippi State? What if they beat Georgia? Georgia's not exactly invincible. All right, they struggled to beat Auburn. Say they run the table. Is he still gone? Team beat Georgia.
I think so. I think
beat Georgia. You're feeling good about him again?
Yeah.
No,
I think it's over.
I do too.
I think it's over. And I also don't think those things are going to happen. How about this on the text line? So I said, obviously something happened with the Gators offense. Either they got lucky or, they had a good opening script and just weren't able to continue to move the ball down the field and score. And it seemed like it was going to be blowout or a high scoring game, and I said, okay, it's and then all of a sudden it shifted. Somebody said Elko made adjustments coaching Kravitz. That was the point. What adjustments though? I love when people say that. Oh, you made adjustments. What adjustment?
Did Billy Napier
I'm sure he probably did, but
did the Gators make defensive adjustments too? Because Texas A&M's offense wasn't great early in the game, right?
Everybody's making adjustments. That's the whole game. That every football game you watch, everybody's adjusting to what's being thrown at them. You have to be able to adjust to the adjustment and all of that. And Florida wasn't able to do it. So I'm not going to go overrating Elko because Florida couldn't move the ball. They've pretty consistently not been able to do that.
But if you look at, Mike Elko, this is his second year at Texas A&M. Billy Napier, his fourth. You have to start judging these things based on how quickly coaches get results, right? Kurt Cignetti, what year is he in Indiana? Second? Is this his second year or third year? I think it's his second year at Indiana.
Yeah, because last year he brought over all of the JMU guys, and then they actually got a good recruiting class and good.
And he's going on the road and beating Oregon. Was it on the road? Yeah, that was on the road. He's going on the road to beat Oregon, and so if you're a Florida fan, you're like, okay, it's Indiana. Why are they able to do that in 2 years?
Absolutely. Hell, UCLA did it in 2 games after they fired their coach. I think Deshaun Foster is going to get a lot of coaches fired with how quick that turnaround is. Up next, our lead story is coming up, plus your texts, your talkbacks. Don't go anywhere.
With Bianchi and Kravitz.
Oh, it's the Bulldog. You know what Florida living means. It means hauling that boat around, tackling the back roads, hitting the beach with all your gear in the back of your pickup. That's why you need a truck that can do it all. A 2026 Silverado 1500, perhaps, from Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont. It's truck month, and you can get 2.9% APR for 72 months on a new Silverado with over 60 in stock. There's a perfect fit for every driver, whether you're towing or working or just showing off that new chrome. And as they celebrate 50 years in the business, you can trust Don Mealy Chevrolet, the truck experts who've been keeping Florida rolling since 1975. Stop by Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont today. You know what we like to say, Chevy, together, let's drive.
A clutch performance is great on the football field, but when it comes to your freedom, clutch play from your legal representation is vital. When your freedom's on the line, you need Trey Flynn in your corner. Trey is a board-certified criminal defense attorney with 18 years of criminal defense experience. Trey's record speaks for itself. He defends DUI cases, serious felonies, and will fight tooth and nail to protect your rights and your future. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. Arrested today? Call Trey.
Multiple lanes are blocked on the Greenway northbound at Boggy Creek Toll Plaza. All lanes are blocked on Orange Avenue northbound at Hoffner Avenue. There's a crash getting cleared up on State Road 429 northbound before Orange Blossom Trail, and those 2 left lanes are still blocked on I-4 eastbound before Florida's Turnpike. The roadways are getting busy. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by IHOP. Introducing the IHOP Value Menu, where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big filling sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP Value Menu. Available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
Straight Talk presents the math of more. Here's how it works. When you say yes to more with Straight Talk, you're left with more for all the other good stuff. So getting an unlimited plan starting at just $25 a month equals more savings for your family's weekend adventures. And with a network covered by Verizon, you can share more from wherever you go. It's simple math, really. More equals more with Straight Talk. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. The $25 plan requires a compatible unlocked device and a new line of service. Additional terms apply.
All you home buyers out there, mortgage rates keep going down and inventory's up. And the Nickley Group is helping buyers save an average of $24,000 by negotiating rate buydowns, seller concessions, and the Hometown Heroes program, where first responders, teachers, nurses can save up to $25,000 in down payment and closing costs. And when you buy through the Nickley Group, You're not just getting a house, you're getting a team, free moving trucks, free home warranty, and more. Download their free buyer's guide at thenicklygroup.com. If you want to buy or sell quickly, just call Nickley.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
It's Thursday. New Hard Rock Bet rewards are dropping.
Nice. Ed Reed, you in?
The only thing I drop is receivers and mics.
Ed, we're talking bonus bets, deposit matches, parlay insurance.
Oh, okay. I'll do that kind of drop.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Chelsea here. Ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During our fall savings month, get 20% off your replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, or 0 interest for 12 months. Our Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills by maintaining indoor temperatures year-round. Offer ends October 31st. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
October baseball is here. The baseball postseason is in full swing, and BetOnline is your #1 source to get closer to the action. From first pitch to the final out, BetOnline gives you more ways to play with the latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and in-game wagering. Also catch every pro and college football game, cage fighting, and hockey futures all in one place. Lastly, don't miss their VIP program with level up bonuses, cash boosts, and exclusive rewards. Head to BetOnline today, because at BetOnline, the game starts here.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears. Orlando.
If you want your windows there and we pick up the phone and just text free.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
The pumpkin spice latte is back at Starbucks, handcrafted with their signature espresso and real pumpkin sauce. Then topped with whipped cream, cinnamon, and nutmeg. PSL. Get it while it's hot or iced. Only at Starbucks.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is the beat of sports.
Dan Lundy, is there anything you can look at in the last 3 to 5 years to say, here's where it significantly changed, where kickers got more accurate and just got better at this?
Technology. As much as I don't want to admit it, I had to embrace it myself. I think 10 or 15 years ago, I had the realization that this cell phone was a multi-purpose tool. In fact, I can document everything on it. And I think most people learn visually. I think people buy in after the visual acceptance to the nuanced things that maybe aren't visual. But I think initially how you capture an athlete's attention is showing them what they look like versus what they thought they look like. But the cell phone and some of the things the cell phone can do for free in terms of ball speed and height up behind the scrimmage, you can get some of this feedback right away. And I think that that's the emergence of the evolution, in addition to obviously the training.
The beat of sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader.
I've been telling you guys about Kevin Krager with LPT Realty, one of the top 25 producing agents in Central Florida, and he joins me now to chat about the latest in real estate. How do you help buyers and sellers compete and win in this market?
Very similar ways for both. I consider us to be in a buyer's market right now where prices are slowly sliding back to reality. And so I tell buyers, instead of coming in with like a super low offer to try and lowball a seller, let's give them what they're asking for, but let's ask for some concessions back. And we can use that money to buy down your rate, save, $150, $200 a month on your mortgage. And it's the same on the seller side. I tell them we have to price things appropriately. I'll tell you what to repair, what not to repair, but then I also set the expectation of we are in a buyer's market. So buyers are going to be asking for some of that money back to help them buy down the rate. As long as those expectations are set from the start, I think it's pretty easy to succeed in today's market.
When it comes to real estate, experience matters. Trust Kevin Krager to guide you right along. Search him by name on Facebook or call him 406 707-702-4635.
Number one on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WYGM Orlando, WJRR, HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Free never sounded so good.
This is Paulo Banchero with the Orlando Magic, and you're locked into Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Welcome back to the show. You can take us with you wherever you go on that shiny, free, bright red iHeartRadio app. Make us your number one preset on the app and in your car, and boom, we are with you all the time. Can't shake us. Bianchi and Kravitz on your back like a hyena. Text it 50857. Also, you can hit us on the iHeartRadio talk back into the Rage Cage. Do all of those things. Greg hit us up in the Rage Cage. He wants to talk about Tua.
So that coming from the guy who is a captain on the football team, the starting quarterback, the guy who a couple of press conferences ago wouldn't take responsibility for the interceptions that he's thrown to this point in the season. You want to talk about stepping up and being the guy. Tua's lost it. I think after that press conference, he's definitely lost the locker room, whatever he had of it. It's time to clean house.
Oh,
wow, that's a Rage Cage right there. That's what we're looking for.
That was lovely.
That's what we're looking for. Yeah, Tua. I think Tua is he second in the league in picks behind Geno? I think.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not good company to be in. When you're in Geno's company, Geno's even though they won yesterday, Geno's horrible. Geno's terrible.
Well, they won, but they beat the Titans,
Right.
and the Titans just fired
the
their
Titans
coach.
just fired their coach, as they should have. I mean, those two teams are just awful.
Yeah, it's actually Jake Browning somehow is actually in second place, but among active starting quarterbacks, Tua is second in interceptions with 7. And even if you said, okay, the one with Waddle dropping the ball yesterday, that doesn't count, he'd still be in second. So whatever. He's turnover prone. He's got no wheels. He clearly can't lead the guys that are with him. And this is the problem. I heard somebody bring this up. We'll get more into Tua and then after the Fox Sports update. If you have a passive quarterback who's the leader of your team, then you have to have a strong, disciplinary, sort of respected coach,
right?
Like a Mike Tomlin.
And Mike McDaniels.
It has to be one. It has to be one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
One of the two, quarterback or coach, has to be that gruff leader,
right,
in football. And both of them, Tua is so passive aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
He's calling guys out. He's not even calling them out by name. And Mike McDaniels is just well,
Andy, it's like Floyd the Barber, the old Andy Griffith show. Oh,
That's
Andy.
exactly what I was going to say, Mike. He took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh, Andy. Let's see. This is Trevor Lawrence. Somebody just texted in. Grumpy JT. Trevor Lawrence is the same dude he was last year. The defense leading the league in takeaways is why they have been winning. Trevor Lawrence just ain't it yet. I hate to keep saying it, but he's not. He's not.
He doesn't, but I think that we can come to grips with that he's not it, but I don't think you need to be it in order to get to the promised land. We'll always be able to say this because it happened in our lifetimes. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. Trevor Lawrence is a good enough quarterback to get it done. He's not ever going to be like the perennially one of the best quarterbacks.
He makes too many mistakes, though, to be a game manager.
Fox Sports Update. We're back in 60.
Live, local, in your face, and bald. Very bald. Let's send you to the studio for the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Broadcasting live in Orlando, Jacksonville, and Tallahassee, it's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz, the premier sports talk radio show in the state of Florida. Light us up, Mills Air text line at 50857. We're taking your talkbacks as well. Overreaction Monday. I think Trevor Lawrence, to put a cap on that conversation for now, we're going to flip the page to a more in-depth convo about the Dolphins quarterback and that weird situation from yesterday. I think Trevor Lawrence at his peak right now can be Eli Manning, where Eli Manning was a turnover-prone quarterback too.
Okay.
Eli got hot twice in his career in the playoffs at the exact right time and helped his team to a Super Bowl. I think Trevor Lawrence is good enough to get hot at the right time and potentially win. But Eli was never considered one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
No, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Exactly. And he was the number 1 overall pick.
And well, to your point, that's not a bad comparison, actually. And to your point, I do think Trevor Lawrence is a better athlete than Eli Manning.
I mean, just look at he can run.
Yeah, right. He's big.
And he still flashes that potential. That throw that he made to Brian Thomas Jr., the one that didn't count because Travis Hunter was lined up on the line of scrimmage, that's a throw that only so many guys in the league can make.
That was a great throw.
He's so inconsistent. He's wildly inefficient. But I do think Liam Cohen is the right type of coach that can. I thought this about Peterson too. So, and you probably thought it about Urban Meyer. But somebody eventually is going to get it out of Trevor Lawrence, and he can be a good quarterback, good enough at the right time for a short period of time to get you where you need to be. Shout out to one of our newest sponsors, Tools Ace Hardware, 14 Central Florida locations, including their brand new store in downtown Windermere. Tools Ace, your neighborhood home maintenance expert, the helpful place, toolsacehardware.com. I have grown increasingly tired of Tua and his act at the podium. This is now multiple occurrences where I get the sense that he is pointing the finger at others and not looking at himself in the mirror like you should if you're a good leader. Now the Dolphins are sitting at 1-5. They, by the way, would have the 4th overall pick if the season ended today, thanks to tankathon.com. Like I said earlier, Mike, the fish stinks from the head down. Here's what Tua said at the podium.
I think it starts with the leadership in helping articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting out of the guys, right? We're expecting this. Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late, guys not showing up to player-only meetings. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. Do we have to make this mandatory? Do we not have to make this mandatory? So it's a lot of things of that nature that we got to get cleaned up, and it starts with the little things like that.
Okay, I'm gonna back Tua here. Maybe maybe he sees that his coach is a milk toast coach who's the players don't respect, who doesn't have accountability for that in that locker room. We certainly saw that last year. No accountability. Maybe Tua's saying, listen, somebody's got to speak up with these lazy malingerers we have on our team. Maybe Tua's trying to be a leader here. What's the matter with calling out guys who don't show up for team meetings when they're supposed to? That's what a leader's supposed to do. A leader's supposed to call out these guys.
If he's actually calling them out, not passive aggressively calling them out in the media.
Well, he's not going to name names.
But if he's not saying that in the locker room, then that's not okay as a leader.
How do you know he's not saying that in the locker room? How do you know he's not?
Oh, I guess, to be fair, I'm not in the locker room, so I don't actually know that he's not saying it. But he's talking about players-only meetings. What jurisdiction does Mike McDaniel have over that anyway? He's the captain of the team, both with the C on his chest and then the fact that he's the quarterback. Coaches don't schedule players-only meetings.
Well, maybe
players do.
Maybe he's saying, Mike McDaniel ain't scheduling any meetings to make these guys to tighten up this ship. So I am, and they're not showing up. And by the way, if they're not showing up for players-only meetings when Tua's calling them as the captain, all right, then maybe Mike McDaniel needs to go, hey, guys, your freaking captain here is calling a players-only meeting and you're not showing up for it. What the hell kind of guys are you?
I think two things can be true at once. I happen to think that that's the case here, and that's not me copping out at this. I think Mike McDaniel is a good offensive play caller. He is obviously not a leader of men.
Right.
But neither is Tua. Neither is Tua. So you have two guys at the head of your organization in that locker room that should be leading everybody to what their ultimate goal is that are really, really bad at it.
I would say Tua is trying to be a leader. It just doesn't come off right when you've just thrown 3 interceptions. I mean,
but then again, I'm so glad that you brought that up because that's my issue with Tua. Tua does not take accountability for the mistakes that he makes. He is constantly bringing up what the issues are around him, not him. He is not the type of individual that takes accountability for his problems. He doesn't. Liam Cohen, after Travis Hunter made a mistake, goes to the podium and says, that's on me. When do you ever hear Tua say that? You don't. He doesn't do it.
Fair enough.
And players aren't going to buy in. There's a reason why they're not showing up to the players-only meetings because they don't want to hear what he has to say. And I'm guessing that he's not saying that stuff in the locker room, that he feels a lot more safe and comfortable saying it into a microphone at the podium than he does when he's in the locker room.
Maybe, but I would hope as the captain he is saying that in the locker room. I mean, if he's calling team meetings, players only meetings, then guys are just like saying it's not mandatory. You can't make me come to a players only meeting. That's a bad locker room, and we know this has been a bad locker room.
But how many coaches does Tua have to run off now before we look at Tua and say he's the problem? Brian Flores, he doesn't believe in me. He doesn't like me. Then Mike McDaniel comes. McDaniel buys in. He's a Tua guy, and now Tua's like, well, our leadership is the problem. So this is 2 now that are going to be on you. Is Tua a coach killer? Is he coachable in general? I have major questions about this because he's not getting better.
No, he's not.
And in hindsight, shouldn't they have just kept Brian Flores? He was a hell of a coach.
In hindsight, yes.
And isn't that exactly what everybody who is covering this team or is cheering for this team on Sundays, what Brian Flores is, that demeanor, that approach, that intensity. Isn't that what people want right now? But he got run off because you felt like he didn't like the quarterback.
Or if you believe him, he got run off because he's black.
Right? I'll let him make that case.
But the fact of the matter is, in hindsight, yes, they should have kept Brian Flores. In hindsight, and I was saying it at the time, not in hindsight, why are they signing Tua to this long-term deal when, again, they still had a year left on his contract? He's injury prone. So, yeah, the Dolphins have screwed it up. They've screwed it up.
So, Kurt Warner, well, just rather than me reiterating my own point, I will bring up a point of one of the greatest quarterbacks of my lifetime, a Hall of Famer. He said, quote, being a pro means that you have to have a standard that you hold yourself accountable to. To blame somebody else for your lack of professionalism is a cop-out. That's what he said about Tua.
To blame somebody else for your lack of professionalism? Maybe Tua's showing up at the team meetings. So how is that a lack of professionalism on his part? He's there. It's just nobody's there with him.
It was Deshaun Hamilton, by the way, the former Miami Dolphin, who said that Tua himself was late to meetings when he first joined the team. He said, this dude, the starting quarterback, was late to the first team meeting during my 3 seconds on the Dolphins, and everything was all cool then. That's what he said. So it sounds to me.
Okay, first of all, he was a rookie, and maybe he showed up late for a team meeting. Okay, that's one team meeting.
Yeah, I think you sound like a dad that's rationalizing for his crappy kid. It's not Jimmy's fault. He was just tired.
I'm not saying Tua's a good quarterback. I'm just saying
that's obvious.
He's stuck with a bad locker room. I mean, he had Tyreek freaking Hill missing meetings last year.
I'm assuming that Tyreek Hill is one of the guys he's talking about here, I would think. Up next, Bianchi and I nominate our top champ and our top chump right here on Game On. Don't go anywhere.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND. That's GRAND. Enter it now online at 969thegame.com.
I don't think I need to convince you that this right here is the best time of year to be a sports fan. We've got baseball postseason, ALCS, NLCS, football season in full swing, and NBA just a few days away. Use the Stats Hub when you're on Hard Rock Bet. Bet with confidence when finding the hottest streaks, the latest line moves, and more, all in the Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub before placing your next bet. Monday Night Football tonight, a pair of baseball games as well. My goodness, it feels like Christmas. Hop in the action, whatever way you choose. Parlays, teasers, props, whatever your flavor is, Hard Rock has the toppings to make that sports action ever so sweet. Refer your friends to Hard Rock Bet, and you'll both score a bonus bet up to $50. That's $50 for you and $50 for them. The app is safe, slick, reliable, and updated to the second, and payouts are lightning quick. Head to the Hard Rock Bet app and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Orlando, are you ready to rock at my favorite beach getaway? Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach is calling your name. Not even an hour's drive from downtown Orlando. You'll find modern luxury, legendary Hard Rock vibes, and that endless Florida sunshine. Even in the middle of winter, lounge by the oceanfront pool, grab a bite at their world-famous restaurant, or unwind at the spa. And when the sun sets, enjoy live music under the stars at their beachside band shell. For reservations, go to hardrockhotels.com/Daytona Beach.
Afternoon traffic starting to pile up on the major roadways. There's also a couple of accidents that might be slowing your ride down here. 2 left lanes are blocked on I-4 eastbound approaching Florida's Turnpike. The right lane's blocked on the Greenway northbound at Boggy Creek Cash Toll Plaza. All lanes are blocked on Orange Avenue northbound at Hoffner Avenue. Look out for crews on the roadways this afternoon. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Upgrade your laundry routine with the durable and reliable Maytag laundry pair at Lowe's. Like the new Maytag washer and dryer with performance-enhanced stain-fighting power. Shop Maytag in-store or online today at Lowe's.com.
At Straight Talk, we get it. You say no a lot.
Mom, can I get a tarantula?
No. Coffee? No. So we're giving you more reasons to say yes, like a free 5G phone with real unlimited data with select plan activation.
Can I use the free phone?
Yes. See? Doesn't it feel good to say yes to more?
Absolutely. Face tattoo?
Absolutely not. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. In-store activation of Gold Unlimited plan or higher required. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Attention, all Florida State Seminole fans and alumni. Did you know that 71,000 Noles have FSU specialty license plates? The FSU license plate is the simplest way to convey your school spirit and support academic excellence via scholarships. FSU even provides a $25 rebate for first-time buyers. Stop by your local tax collector's office and get an FSU tag today, or find out more at mytag.fsu.edu. Go Noles!
What if, instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you could choose one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon, with big bank reliability and small bank resolve. You get 160 years of financial strength and stability and an enduring commitment to personal service. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all to help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank. Visit firsthorizon.com/getitall.
I don't know about you, but I can't stand when I see creepy crawlies all over my house. That's why I have to have a pest control provider that doesn't just treat the pest problem, they solve it. You can keep your home protected from the bugs all year long. Get yourself a termite bond while you're at it. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz and Mike Bianchi from Game On sent you by. Get 10% off of your initial service. Burn Pest is a family-run operation right here in our backyard in Central Florida. Go and find them online easily, and don't stress about these pests anymore. It's burnpests.com.
October baseball is here. The baseball postseason is in full swing, and BetOnline is your #1 source to get closer to the action. From first pitch to the final out, BetOnline gives you more ways to play with the latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and in-game wagering. Also catch every pro and college football game, cage fighting, and hockey futures all in one place. Lastly, don't miss their VIP program with level-up bonuses, cash boosts, and exclusive rewards. Head to BetOnline today, because at BetOnline, the game starts here.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and don't know what to do.
You know who to call. Farah and Farah.
Orlando.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Hey, it's Ed Helms, host of Snafu, my podcast about history's greatest screw-ups. On our new season, we're bringing you a new snafu every single episode.
32 lost nuclear weapons. You're like, wait, stop? What?
Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of history, a whole lot of funny, and a whole lot of fabulous guests. Paul Scheer, Angela and Jenna, Nick Kroll, Jordan Klepper. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Snafu with Ed Helms, and listen now.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I'm a beer fanatic, so I don't settle for anything less than the best. And the folks at Hourglass Brewing deliver quality, consistency, everything I'm looking for in a good beer. With that neighborhood charm at their 2 Orlando locations, Hourglass Brewing is a first-class brewery from the same one that cranks out Zoneheads 35 once per year. But it's more than that. They crank out the hits on the daily. 25-plus Hourglass beers on tap every single day. Stop by for happy hour. $3 I4 iSource citrus lagers from 4 to 6 p.m. all day on Mondays. They even have wines, seltzers, ciders, something for everybody. Cozy up to the bar, get to know their friendly staff. Hourglass is a welcoming watering hole for the entire Orlando community, and they have a location right near downtown Orlando as well, on top of the one right around the corner from me in Longwood. This isn't mass-produced. This is craft. Fresh ingredients, local pride, and a taste that you can actually savor. So next time you need to unwind, skip the ordinary and raise a glass to the extraordinary. Raise a glass to Hourglass Brewing.
Hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeartRadio app. No filters, no favorites, just facts. Let's find out who showed up and who showed out. It's time for Champ or Chump.
Champs or Chumps brought to you by our $1,000 giveaway. It is our bonus bucks giveaway Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Your chance to score $1,000 just by listening to us. Listen for the keyword once per hour and then head to 969thegame.com or the iHeartRadio app. You can type in that keyword and boom, you are instantly eligible. One final thought on Tua, because I was trying to come up with the example throughout the segment. Sometimes in live conversation, you're trying to pull, you're trying to pull the reference and it's just not coming to you. I said that Tua often deflects blame on other people and doesn't take accountability for himself. And there was a specific example, because that is a damning thing to say about somebody if you don't have the receipts.
Right.
The one that I was thinking of was just a couple of weeks ago. Do you remember when he threw that interception at the end of the game against Buffalo on Thursday Night Football, went to the podium after the game and said, that was just a really good play by the defender. I would throw that 10 out of 10 times.
Right. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like, that was a terrible throw. It was a terrible read by you.
Should have never made that.
And at least say, hey, that's on me. I shouldn't have thrown that pass. But he doubles down on it. And now he's doing this. And one of the quotes that we didn't read in that segment also, this was from Mike McDaniel after the game, after Tua had spoke to the media. He said, after a loss, as a franchise quarterback, that's not the forum to displace that. I think that he knows that now.
I didn't see that clip.
And that's from Cameron Wolf had tweeted that out. He said that was a Mike McDaniel said that Tua had a misguided representation of player orchestrated film sessions. So he called him out. Really interesting stuff going on there, but I think it falls on the quarterback.
Yeah.
My number one champ, though, is Rico Dowdle. I mean, this dude has been unbelievable the last 2 weeks. He had a team record 239 scrimmage yards against the team that chose not to re-sign him in the offseason. Here's Dowdle getting into the end zone.
Shotgun snap. Fake to Dowdle. Young backpedaling. Flush to his left. Throws downfield. Dowdle wide open. 10, 5. Touchdown, Rico Dowdle. Buckle up.
Buckle up. Yeah, he put it in the call. That's great. He had the seventh player in NFL history to have at least 230 scrimmage yards in consecutive games. His 473 scrimmage yards over the last 2 games smashes the team record that was set by Christian McCaffrey when McCaffrey was with the Panthers. This is a monster breakout, and the trash talk is the cherry on top. This was Dowdle after the game.
That one buckled up.
That was great.
I mean, the fact that he came in, he wanted to stay in Dallas. He wanted to stay there, but they unload him, and now he's at Carolina. What did he sign, like a 1-year, $3 million contract or something? And
yeah, he's a backup running back.
Didn't they pay Chuba Hubbard like a pretty good amount of money?
I don't have his contract in front of me.
I think they did. I think they paid Chuba Hubbard this year. When hell, they should have just paid Rico Dowdle.
I don't think they or any of us knew what they had in Rico Dowdle. In November, it was a 4-year, $33 million contract extension for Chuba Hubbard.
Right. Yeah. Unbelievable.
But that was last year. That was before Dowdle was on the team. So that was before they knew what they had. I liked Dowdle with Dallas, but I just liked the situation more than anything else. This guy's a beast. He has gotten significantly better than what he was in years past. And
he had over 1,000 yards last year for the Cowboys. So it wasn't like he was,
he wasn't bad, but I mean, this guy, Mike, right now, he's the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL.
He said he's all, well, he had
102 games.
He had 180 some yards rushing yesterday, as you mentioned, over 200 from scrimmage. He had 200 yards more than 200 rushing last week and almost 200 rushing this week. So incredible.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's like, can I get some of that?
Right. My champ has to go to the Indiana Hoosiers. My God. They go on the road. They beat Oregon. Kurt Cignetti, the 63, 64-year-old coach. Now everybody's saying, is he going to go to Penn State? Is he going to go to Florida if they fire Billy? I don't think Kurt Cignetti is going to go anywhere.
I hope he double birds everybody and stays in Indiana.
He's making $8 million a year at Indiana. If this continues, it'll be $10 million after this season. He's at a place where it's his program. He's can be there for life if he wants to. Indiana is historically the losingest program in college. They've had more losses than any team in college football history. And this guy, this basketball school, and he's turned them into a national power. Hell, they might be the best team in the country right now. They're number 3 in the country. They might be the best team in the country.
They're tough up front.
That quarterback,
Fernando Mendoza, I think he might be the best quarterback in college football. And there've been a lot of really disappointing quarterbacks in college football. We detailed the list earlier in the show. Fernando Mendoza has been an absolute treat. And Cignetti was asked why he doesn't prioritize stars, and he said that it's not something he's ever looked at. He said that it's an overrated system, and there's so many good players out there. You have to find the right types of players, not guys that have star ratings next to their name. This is a guy, I believe Cignetti, Huguenin's brought this up. He was on Saban's recruiting staff.
Yep.
Many years ago. So this guy knows how to recruit. For somebody that recruited with the best of them to not care about star ratings, He clearly has an eye for talent, and just the way that he communicates, he's the kind of guy that you'd want to play for. Very impressed. And I was on Indiana, so that was a lot of fun to watch. But by the way, I went to a pumpkin patch on Saturday before I locked in on the rest of the game, and I saw this sad soul, this guy walking in with an Oregon shirt on. This is in the middle of the game. Now, I'm not an Oregon or an Indiana fan, so I can step away. I'll go back. I really like catching up with the DVR anyway, so I don't mind stepping away. This guy had an Oregon shirt on. He's there with his family at the pumpkin patch. I'm like, I feel bad for this guy. He's got the game of the year right now. My chump goes to another coach inside of the Big Ten. At least he used to be. That's James Franklin. My pick preseason to win the national championship, Penn State. This was the year. This was the last dance year for Penn State. They had all the money they had ponied up. They got Jim Knowles to be the highest paid defensive coordinator in the country. Drew Aller, make sure he stays. Nick Singleton, one of the best running backs in the country. They bring in a big time transfer at wide receiver. And while we all knew in the back of our heads, okay, Franklin, not great against top 10 teams. He's 4-21 in his career at Penn State against top 10 teams. So maybe this falls short. Nobody could have predicted that it would have ended. Their season is over, and we're not even to Halloween yet. James Franklin, great that you got the buyout, but you're the biggest chump of the weekend.
$50 million. I'll be a chump for that. Okay. $50 million buyout. Give me the chump label as well. My chump goes to Anthony Richardson's delicacy. All right. His delicate, just China doll. The guy gets hurt Sunday in pregame warmups and is now going to be out for multiple weeks because I guess he was stretching with one of these elastic bands or something, and the elastic band snaps and hits him in the eye, and now fractured his orbital bone.
How do you fracture your orbital bone with a rubber band?
A rubber band. Yeah. He's been injured. He's gotten a broken bone from a rubber band. Yes. I feel bad.
He's the gingerbread man.
I feel bad for the guy, but yeah. Good Lord.
But I feel bad for him too, but of course it was Anthony Richardson. You could have told me Sunday morning, hey, a player in warmups got smacked in the face with a rubber band and their face is broken. Who is it? And my first guess would have been Anthony Richardson.
His bones must be like you touch him and they just disintegrate.
He missed games in college because he did a TikTok dance. This guy gets hurt. I'm not kidding, Jaden. This actually happened. He did a TikTok dance and I think he pulled his back.
That's a real story?
It's a real story. Yeah, look it up.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Up next, the coaches and the players that are making the headlines mic'd up on Game On coming your way right after this.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be back right after this.
Eustace Roofing has been the #1 trusted roofing service in Central Florida for generations now. Honesty, quality, fair pricing, reliability. That's how they've been able to serve the Central Florida community the way they have for the past 60 years. And this Halloween, Eustace Roofing has a scary good deal with their Spooktacular Savings event. $1,500 off of your roof replacement. That's a whole lot of coin. Whether it's a quick repair from storm damage, full replacement, whatever it is, Eustace Roofing can help. Mention my name, Brandon Kravitz, when you call, or head to eustaceroofing.com to schedule your free estimate. The real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts. Visit eustaceroofing.com.
One of the many things I love about Prize Picks is that I can put together a winning lineup any day of the week. There's football, baseball, basketball. You can always play Prize Picks. You see, Prize Picks is daily fantasy made easy. All you do is pick more or less on a player's stat projections, and in less than a minute, your lineup is set. For instance, tonight on Monday Night Football, I'm picking more on Josh Allen's passing yardage projection, and in the NLCS, less on Blake Snell's strikeout total against the Brewers, and putting them in my lineup together. That's right. You can mix and match sports to make your TV viewing experience 10 times more exciting. You can truly turn your insights into income. Prize Picks also invented Flex Play, so even if one pick misses, you can still double your money. And don't forget the injury reboot policy. If one of your guys goes down early in the game, you're protected. Download the app today. Use my code BULLDOG to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code BULLDOG to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Straight Talk presents The Math of More. Here's how it works. When you say yes to more with Straight Talk, you're left with more for all the other good stuff. So getting an unlimited plan starting at just $25 a month equals more savings for your family's weekend adventures. And with a network covered by Verizon, you can share more from wherever you go. It's simple math, really. More equals more with Straight Talk. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. The $25 plan requires a compatible unlocked device and a new line of service. Additional terms apply.
If you want no windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word WOW right now to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Stuck in a job that just isn't getting it done? Maybe it's time to go for IT. Whether you're just starting out, switching careers, or a military veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you launch a rewarding career in IT in months. No prior experience needed. Why spend years getting a traditional degree when your future in IT can start right now? Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Your most powerful upgrade? Your career. Go for it. Go for IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why rewards members get free standard shipping on what they need to get the job done. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/shipping terms subject to change.
Week 6 of the NFL season is set to wrap up tonight with a doubleheader coming up. Buffalo will visit Atlanta while Washington entertains Chicago. Buccaneers quarterback Baker Mayfield says he has full trust in the receivers he has after a successful day following the loss of Emeka Egbuka to an injury. And despite dominating in time of possession, UCF wasn't able to beat Cincinnati this past weekend. Knights will host West Virginia this week. I'm Scott Davidson.
This is Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Fairwinds Credit Union. Fairwinds Credit Union is giving away $50,000 to help fuel your financial goals. Now through December 31st, open a checking account, complete a few simple steps, and you'll be entered to win one of 14 cash prizes. Fairwinds. Financial freedom happens here. Details at fairwinds.org/giveaway.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Fresh off of a 5-year run with the Grizzlies, Magic newcomer Desmond Bain is here with us.
You look like you could play safety. Those biceps.
You and me both, man. Look like you just got back from Lifetime Fitness.
How much do you work? How much do you work actual weight training?
We'll do like 4 days a week. Back when I was younger, we used to hammer it, but now we just try to maintain and be as healthy as possible.
I need some sort of like an arm wrestling match between you two.
He keep kind of flexing over here. I think he's trying to show me what it really is.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, look at him. Yeah.
Desmond Bain, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for sitting down with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
Best
you so
of luck
much.
this season.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeart Radio app.
I'm a beer fanatic, so I don't settle for anything less than the best. And the folks at Hourglass Brewing deliver quality, consistency, everything I'm looking for in a good beer. With that neighborhood charm at their 2 Orlando locations, Hourglass Brewing is a first-class brewery from the same one that cranks out Zoneheads 35 once per year. But it's more than that. They crank out the hits on the daily. 25-plus Hourglass beers on tap every single day. Stop by for happy hour. $3 I4 iSource citrus lagers from 4 to 6 p.m. all day on Mondays. They even have wines, seltzers, ciders, something for everybody. Cozy up to the bar, get to know their friendly staff. Hourglass is a welcoming watering hole for the entire Orlando community, and they have a location right near downtown Orlando as well, on top of the one right around the corner from me in Longwood. This isn't mass-produced. This is craft. Fresh ingredients, local pride, and a taste that you can actually savor. So next time you need to unwind, skip the ordinary and raise a glass to the extraordinary. Raise a glass to Hourglass Brewing.
Orlando's new home for Florida State football is AM 810, Fox Sports Radio Orlando. Hear every game live on AM 810. Or search Fox Sports Radio Orlando on the free iHeartRadio app. Coaches, players, GMs, everyone's got an opinion these days. Let's hear from the biggest names in the game. It's time for Mic'd Up.
Mic'd Up brought to you by the Nickley Group, and football winning season comes from a great game plan. That's exactly how the Nickley Group sells homes. Central Florida homes are moving fast and for top dollar, and they will get you great equity position. They give you the best options, including their guaranteed cash offer. I've seen sellers take that offer and close in 2 weeks, stress-free. For a guaranteed offer on your home, visit thenickley.com. If you want to buy or sell quickly, just call Nickley.
What a line. That's a great tagline.
It is.
Gets me every time.
It is.
Sometimes I just say it. I'm just walking around my house.
Yeah.
Making a sandwich. Want to buy or sell quickly? Just call Nickley.
All right. Let's start with Mic'd Up. Let's start with Buccaneers wide receiver Tez Johnson, who had a 45-yard touchdown reception in the victory over the 49ers. In a conversation he had with teammate Sterling Shepard when he heard the MVP chants after catching the TD pass. Listen.
When I score and I hit MVP chant, I'm thinking they talking about me. So I asked Shep. I'm like, Shep, they was chanting MVP? And he was like, yeah. I was like, I ain't do nothing this year. And then he was like, they talking about Baker, Tez. And I was like, well, that explains it. But he is the MVP.
Yeah, but he is the MVP.
So great.
I thought they were chanting for him.
You know, at this point, I don't even think Baker knows what Johnson he's throwing to. Tez Johnson, Mike Johnson, Johnson.
Right.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You're all getting touchdowns.
Speaking of Baker Mayfield, here's Baker talking about the trust he has in his teammates.
I truly, genuinely trust the guys that are in there. They're ready. We talk throughout the week. Guys are on the same page, and that's real. I trust these guys, even though some of them might not have played a whole lot of ball, but if we're on the same page, good things happen. You don't have to have the perfect play when all your guys are fighting for each other and are on the same page. And that's an example of that. Defense played great, special teams as well. And so that's complimentary football.
That's essentially what he just said. He just said what you're saying. It doesn't matter if it's Tez Johnson, Allen Johnson. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Right?
Baker's so dialed in right now. And that clip right there, and I know they're winning, so it's easier to sound like that. Like everything you say, everything you touch turns to gold when you're 5-1 and you've had miracle comebacks and you just smash the 49ers. But just think about that quote from Baker Mayfield compared to Tua, where he goes, I just believe in my teammates. You know, we're all out there to play for each other. And Tua's like, guys aren't showing up for meetings that I've called.
Hey, when you're 4-1 instead of 1-4, that's the difference, okay? If Baker Mayfield were 1-4, he wouldn't be saying, I trusted my teammates. Would he? No, of course not.
I know.
Here's one thing Tua would have never done. Play Baker's 3rd and 14 run.
3rd down and long. Here's the snap, belt high, dropping to throw. Baker's going to be sacked. Oh, he gets out of the sack. He runs to his left, cocks the arm. He's going to zigzag to the right, breaks another guard. He fights his way close to the first down. What a great effort by Baker Mayfield. Do they give him a first down?
He got it.
Give him a first down, Mr. Ref. They do.
They were up by 1, 3rd and 14. He dives for the first down, 14-yard run. That was the key play of the game. That was the key. They were ahead at the time, but they were about to be stopped. And who knows what happens then.
Forget about the 14 for 15-yard run. Just the first part of the clip where he says, Baker avoids the sack. I mean, even that wouldn't happen in Miami.
That's right.
Oh, someone breathed on Tua. It's 4th down now.
Wow. All right, my Jaguars, they lose yesterday to the Seahawks. Trevor Lawrence sacked 7 times in that game. Here's Liam Cohen, the coach of the Jaguars.
Yeah, it's on me. It's an undisciplined operation at the moment, and it's on me, and it's got to get fixed. It's a great opportunity this week to get it fixed, right? We're going on the road. We're flying to another country, being together as a group, look ourselves in the mirror and try to figure out from an operation and habit standpoint, what is standing in our way? Because right now it's us.
I got to tell you, I like Liam Cohen. He does. I mean, he tells it like it is. He does. And it's got to be bothering him that he's, Mr. Offense, the quarterback whisperer, all of this stuff. And the Jaguars are 4-2 despite his offense.
He got the running game going. Not yesterday. They were terrible. Could not run the football. But I think on the year, they've been one of the better running teams. But he's right about penalties. And that's really holding them back. They are right now 30th in the NFL, most penalties called against them per game.
They are?
Only the Minnesota Vikings and the New England Patriots have more penalties called against them per game in the league.
Wow.
And so he's right. That's not just, it was an issue yesterday. It's what held them back from potentially making a comeback. But this is kind of what I'm saying. They've had turnovers go their way. They're heavily penalized. Trevor Lawrence is kind of a turnover machine, and yet they still have been getting by and winning games. They've got to button some of this stuff up because I do think they're talented enough. Their defense is loaded with talent. They have talent on offense. Trevor Lawrence, if you bottle it all up right, it's a nice little package, but it's on Liam Cohen to put all of those pieces together.
No question. All right. Dolphins, are they 1-4 or 1-5?
They are 1-5.
Well, they're 1-5 right now. Here's Mike McDaniel talking about coaching a 1-5 team.
No one really has time nor cares about how you feel, and losing's hard and it feels like trash. No one cares. You have to, regardless if they're high-fiving you or booing you, you have control over the next result, and that's it. You have your choice of how you go about things. You have your choice if things are going to beat you down, it's going to be too difficult. And in that, you find out, really who your teammates are, or who people are. So
when's he going to get fired? I mean, we talk about
Callahan got fired today, so it's coming.
Yeah, we talk about when's Billy Napier going to get fired. When's Mike McDaniel going to get fired? I mean, you think it is when? I mean,
this is the credit that I will give to him, though, is that they have been in all of these games lately, and some of them have been against bad teams. And the Panthers, I don't know how bad they actually are these days, but they could have won that game. They could have won the Bills game. They're a good team. They could have won the Patriots game several weeks back, blew it at the end. They could have won. They should have won yesterday. They blew it at the end.
Right.
These are all close games. And right now, Miami really should not be in close games. Tua turns the ball over routinely. Their defense cannot stop the run. The last 3 weeks, they've given up 197, 140, and 239 on the ground. And yet Mike McDaniel, to his credit, still has his team competitive at the end of these games. I think he's going to get fired. And I don't think he's a great leader of men. I still don't think he should, because I think he's actually doing a pretty good job. But he's not. But he'll get fired. Okay. It's going to happen.
Speaking of coaches who might get fired, although I don't think Mike Norvell is going to get fired, he understands that fans right now up in Tallahassee are on the warpath.
I mean, you should be frustrated with results. We've lost three straight games. I'm frustrated with the results, and ultimately we got to get it fixed. We got to go make it better, and show the potential of what this team is, on a consistent basis. But yeah, there's every bit of frustration, and there's no fan that's out there that's more frustrated than I am.
What happened?
Remember when you said Tony White, the defensive coordinator, was up for head coaching jobs after one great performance?
Right. I think
Where'd that go?
I think that was Jeff.
You
Culhane.
owe me an apology, by the way.
I think Jeff Culhane said that. And I don't think I actually.
You teed him up for it.
Maybe
though.
I did. Maybe I did. But
you owe me an apology for Florida State. I think you owe me an apology.
Okay.
You say you're so negative, and I said I'm just being a realist. I'm not sure that one win makes them that good.
You're right. You were right. I owe you an apology. I'm sorry. You were absolutely right.
I accept.
I meant to lose to a double-digit underdog in Pitt, to lose to a double-digit underdog in Virginia, to lose. What was the other team they lost to?
Miami.
That's understandable. But I mean, hell, James Franklin just got fired for losing the double-digit underdogs. Right?
Just wrote that down. 447. I'm making that a promo.
I was wrong about Florida State. Okay, I understand. Doctors bury their mistakes. Sports talk radio hosts utter theirs.
I think you got drunk on your own prediction is what happened. You said the Gus bus is going to go round and round and round. And he did. And they were great.
Yeah.
And then you said, I was right. They're just going to win the championship now.
I never said that.
Well, that's how you acted. Okay.
All right, speaking of losing, here's UCF coach Scott Frost after a third consecutive loss saying, hey, this team ain't going to quit.
You guys can try to write an article about the guys getting down and giving up. Ain't gonna happen. Not with this group. We're frustrated. I'm frustrated. I'm also, in a strange way, encouraged by just the fight and the improvement that's happened. The team we just played could end up in the Big 12 championship really easily if they keep playing the way they're playing. And if we don't make mistakes, we're right there. Or have a chance to win or win. So this team's not going to give up. Are we frustrated? We've lost the last three. Yeah, I don't think we played our best game in Manhattan. Like we had one last week and kind of gave it away. And this week we didn't have it, but we should have been right there. And the things that we need to fix are really fixable. So we're going to, as a coaching staff, double down on those.
I don't disagree with him. I mean, they lost to Kansas last week. Kansas is a good team, despite losing to Texas Tech over the weekend. Cincinnati's a good team. Kansas State, even though their record's not great, they were picked to finish at the top of the conference. These aren't bad teams they're losing to.
Absolutely not. And they really should have been blown out on Saturday, and they weren't. They hung in there. Sorsby was.
Hell, they outgained Cincinnati significantly.
I thought if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot so drastically early in the game, I thought it would have gone down to the wire. Cincinnati, for as good as Sorsby's been this year, they went 2 for 9 on third down. UCF's defense was playing well.
UCF's defense has played well enough to win all of these.
And how about the Magic Man, Cam Fancher? 222 through the air, 108 on the ground.
Yeah.
With some Houdini-like plays. I was watching him go, you know what? I should have doubled down on this Magic Man thing.
And that is mic'd up.
Coming up next, we want to hear from you. Hit us up on the iHeartRadio Talkback. Enter the Rage Cage. Also on the text line at 50857. We're back with that next.